If you love only the people who love you, why should you receive a blessing? For even sinners love those who love them. And if you do good to those who do good to you, why should you receive a blessing? Even sinners do that.
How could he touch her? How could he talk to her?
Disgusting.
No. Love your enemies and do good to them and lend expecting nothing back. And then you will have a great reward, for you will be sons of the Most High God. For he is good to the ungrateful and to the wicked. Be merciful, just as your Father is merciful.
Save us, Jesus!
Judge not, and you will not be judged. Condemn not, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven.
Lead us in thy path, O Lord.
Give, and it will be given to you. For the measure you give will be the measure you get back. One blind man cannot lead another. If he does, they will both fall into a ditch. Why do you see the speck that is in your brother's eye, but pay no attention to the log in your own eye?
Guide us, O Master.
We need you now, Lord. How happy is the mother that bore you and nursed you.
Rather, how happy are those who hear the word of God and obey it.
I've seen movies where Jesus delivered these words like they're soothing pearls of wisdom. But just listen to what he says. Blessed are the poor. Blessed are the persecuted. Blessed are those who mourn. Now, I ask you, who wants to be poor or persecuted or a mourner? What makes those groups of people so blessed or lucky, as some people have translated this phrase? Most people live by rules that are the direct opposite of the Beatitudes. We want to be rich, not poor. We live in a celebrity culture that worships good looks and power and fame, the opposite of what Jesus honors in the Beatitudes. To be sure, these are not easy sayings to understand. The Sermon on the Mount may be the most famous teaching of Jesus, but it's also the most puzzling. Let me read some of it. You have heard that it was said to people long ago, do not murder, and anyone who murders will be subject to judgment. But I tell you that anyone who is angry with his brother will be subject to judgment. That's strong stuff. Or listen to this. You have heard that it was said, do not commit adultery. But I tell you, anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart. Or this. I tell you, don't resist an evil person. If somebody strikes you on the right cheek, turn to him the other also. These are difficult words. Do you know anybody who never gets angry with his brother or sister? Who never lusts? Who always turns the other cheek? In your group, you'll take a look at some of the ways in which Christians have tried to come to terms with these words, or maybe just watered them down. Let's take a look at a scene from the unconventional BBC production called Son of Man. It's a Jesus you've probably never seen before, but I believe that this scene, more than any other, expresses the shock of the strong words in the Sermon on the Mount. Jesus delivers these words in the midst of a scene of chaos. Roman troops have just invaded a Jewish town, and in response to some act of rebellion, they're beating up the local villagers. Special effects may be a little amateurish in this production, but the impact is quite startling. Take a look.
Fathers have said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. And they've also said, love your kinsman, right? Love your kinsman. Hate your enemy. Hate. Love your kinsman, your own kinsman. Go on. Go on, love each other. Slap each other with a hand, touch each other, go on, hold each other. See, it's nice. Yes. Yes. It's easy. Easy to love your own brother. Easy to love those who love you. Why? Well, even the tax collector can do that. Tell me, happy people, what is so extraordinary about holding the hands of your brothers and sisters, huh? As I say, even the tax collector has learned how to love his own brother. I mean, do you want me to congratulate you for that? For loving only those who love you. Love your enemy. Love your enemy. Love your enemy. Love those who hate you. Love those who would destroy you. Love the man who would kick you and spit at you. Love the soldier who drives his sword in your belly. Love the brigand who robs and tortures you. Love your enemy. Listen to me, listen to me. Listen to me. I want you to listen to me. What I'm saying to you now hasn't been said since the world began. Look, I bring you the answer. I bring you the way. I'm holding up a light in the darkness. Oh, listen to me, brothers and sisters, listen. Look, the good God above makes the same sun shine on the good and the bad, the rich and the poor. Look, the same rain wets the heads of the honest and the dishonest, the exploiters and the exploiters. Look, we cannot divide ourselves. We must love one each other. And we must die. That is a fact. Do not take an eye for an eye or a tooth for a tooth. Do not set yourself against the man who does you wrong. No. If he hits you, what do they say? What about that then, eh? Well, if he hits you on the right cheek, turn. Offer him the left cheek. And it will hurt. Twice as much, my friend.
Yes, especially if I were to do it, Master.
Yeah. Or if a Roman soldier was to do it. Or turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek. Pray for your enemy. Love your persecutor. He is a man as you are man. It is easy to love only those who love you. Would I come to tell you easy things? No. Do you want me to tell you easy things? No. Are you not the generation who are waiting for the sign? Yeah. Are you not they who must make straight the path? Yes. I tell you, it is hard to follow me. For I say to you, love your persecutor. Look, I say to you, if a man in authority orders you to walk 1 mile, walk 2 miles. Sure. If a man sues you for your coat, give him the shirt off your back as well. Look, do not advise, do not judge your brother, do not abuse him. Oh, I tell you, it is hard to follow me. You have to be a better man than the doctors of law before you can enter the kingdom of heaven. Give when you are asked to give. Forgive, so that you yourselves may be forgiven. Oh, I tell you, I know, it is hard. And you are weak. And you're oppressed and you are poor. Look, listen to me. Blessed are the poor, for they shall see the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who sorrow. They shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek. The earth will belong to them. Blessed are those who seek justice. Justice they shall see. Blessed are those who show mercy. Mercy will be shown to them. Blessed are the pure in heart, because they shall see God.